Kia ora everybody, Chris Farhi here from the Bayleys Insights Data team. I'm actually sitting here today with David Guy from our Building Consultancy team to have a chat about the biggest news in New Zealand real estate. Now, Ankur Dakwale, my normal co-presenter, is on holiday, having a very well-deserved break. So we've got David Guy in today. David, do you want to tell us a little bit about what your team does?
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Well, first off, thank you for having me today. So I'm with the Bayleys Building Consultancy team. We're quite a new division at Bayleys. We've been here since the tail end of last year. And what we do, essentially, we report the condition of buildings for all different reasons. We do reports for pre-purchase, we do reports for pre-lease, and we do reports for end of lease. But we've got a very short explainer video, and maybe we can put that on the link after this.
Yeah, 100%. We'll find that linked in the description. So welcome on board, Dave. It's great having you here. And let's get into the news. So first off, the biggest news this week was the Reserve Bank lifting the official cash rate. And so they increased the official cash rate from 4.25% to 4.75%. Now this change was pretty widely expected by the market, so no real surprises there. In terms of some of the key themes that came out from their statement, so demand in the economy is robust, but slowing. Tourism starting to recover, but overall the global growth situation is easing. The recent severe storms across the North Island, they believe these will be inflationary due to the disruption and the investment into rebuild. And then overall, they're picking that higher interest rates will be needed to control inflation. Now, in terms of short-term interest rates, this will push those up. But the long-term interest rates, like your 5-year mortgage rates, they've already largely priced in those increases, so they've been reasonably stable so far.
Stats New Zealand have released the latest migration estimates, a net migration gain of 15,800 people during 2022. This comprised of a net gain of 32,400 non-New Zealand citizens, a net loss of 16,100 New Zealand citizens. The net gain is a reverse of the pattern that we saw during the COVID period when there was a net migration loss. Implications are likely to be an increase in demand in the Auckland rental market, where migrants tend to settle first.
So Dave, when you landed in New Zealand, where did you guys go first and how did you sort of move around over time?
Well, we landed in New Zealand in 2012, so we've been here a little while now. We checked out lots of places around Auckland, but it's the main commercial hub and it was a logical place for me, so we based ourselves here and we've been here ever since.
Yeah, interesting. And I think that story is pretty consistent with a lot of migrants. They tend to come into Auckland first. So we should see a bit of extra demand in that rental market. Next up, the central government has announced a support package for farmers and growers in response to Cyclone Gabrielle. And so this is a 25 million package targeted at farmers and growers. And this is particularly focused towards the Hawke's Bay. Some of the package includes grants of up to $2,000 per hectare to a total of $40,000 to help growers with removing silt from their properties. And then for pastoral farmers, there's grants of up to $10,000 for initial farm recovery. And so further to this, the government's also expecting to make other announcements about support in the future once they've got a better sense of where the need is.
Next up, our global partner Knight Frank have released results from their Australian annual survey of residential developers. These show some interesting results. Of the homes that they've developed over the past 3 years, 18% were standalone, 31% were terraced, and 51% were multi-unit. Buyer-wise for their latest project, 56% were targeting owner-occupiers, 11% investors, and 33% a mix. They're expecting the biggest challenges in 2023 to be planning delays, buyer sentiment, and material costs and availability.
Then finally, in global news, our global partner Knight Frank also released their latest Cresa Global Corporate Real Estate Index. And so this was a survey of 118 major corporate occupiers who operate at regional or global level. So the latest results found an overall decline in sentiment amongst corporate occupiers, negative sentiment across indicators like expansion of offices and investment into fit out and workspaces. The overall finding is that they're expecting global occupiers to reduce their activity over 2023 as the overall economic growth story starts to ease. And then finally, we've got our property of the week. So what have you got for us this week, Dave?
Oh, we've got 10 Okahu Street, Orakei, Auckland. It's a grand architectural waterfront showpiece. It's a 7-bedroom, 7-bathroom home sitting on 1,247 square metres. Nearly 600 square metres of house, including multiple living areas, a library, a gym, a home theatre. It has beautiful harbour views. If you want to learn more, contact Sarah Leo from Bayleys Remuera.
And then finally for me, I've got 87 Dry Hills Lane in Riverlands in Marlborough. So this is a Dry Hills address with an income, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathroom home sitting on 4.39 hectares. It's got a vineyard which provides a perfect income source right on your doorstep, 3.5 canopy hectares of Pinot Gris and Sauvignon Blanc. And if you want to learn more about this, you can contact Mike Poff or Charlie Fairhill McLean from Bayleys Marlborough. With that said, we'll wrap it up here. So thanks very much, Dave.
Thank you, Chris. That's been great.
And we'll see you next time. See ya.
Thank you.